Good morning, dear friends. Here we are for another study of the book Calmness by the Spirit Emmanuel through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. What a blessing to be with you today. This message we thank Emmanuel so very much for this morning. Who does not need to be calmer and to achieve a more tranquil and serene state? Correct? This message is Messenger chapter 22 that Emmanuel titled Achieving Peace. So let's see what the Spirit Emmanuel has blessed us with, the ways you and I can achieve peace in this challenging times of the earth. He will tell us, quote, on many occasions, especially when difficult situations get worse, ask you ask randomly how to achieve serenity in order to overcome the day-to-day setbacks. Imagine yourself in the place of those who cause you irritation and examine yourself a little more. Unquote. Isn't that true? That when we feel overwhelmed with everything around us, from our own responsibilities and duties towards our growth, our spiritual growth, and the responsibility God entrusted to us when caring for others, be them our family members and friends, we sometimes ask God, what do I have to do to achieve a more peaceful and serene state? Isn't that true? Because we believe that if we were more serene, we could better overcome any of the setbacks that we, of course, see as setbacks in our lives. What is Emmanuel telling us to do? To imagine ourselves in the place of the other that we are seeing as causing us to be irritated. And he says, examine yourself a little bit more. So he's saying, reverse roles. If you feel irritated by a certain situation, if you were on their shoes, how would you behave? And he gives us examples of some of the roles, some of the temporary activities that we are performing on this planet that allow us to reflect deeper. If I were on those situations, on those shoes, how would I be? He's saying here, quote, if in your work group you play the role of boss, plagued by the problems and conflicts, you would perhaps be in the toughest conditions of mental intemperance when that happened. If you found yourself in the position of a subordinate, facing sometimes bitter domestic dramas, you're likely to show more slowness in the service to be done when this happened. Considering the possibility of being the patient that bothers you, perhaps you will certainly not recognize yourself with less intolerance in the face of suffering. In the event that you have endured the long temptation of the creature you judge to be in error, it is possible that you have descended to a lower level. If you notice yourself in the sick position of the person who offended you, you do not know if you would not have hurt someone more strongly. Unquote. So, dear friends, how many times we've played the role of a boss and then we're facing the problems and conflicts of our workplaces, then we become mental imbalanced and now we incur in error. Sometimes we are the ones who are working for something or someone, for a cause or for someone. And in our daily lives, we face our own domestic dramas. We all do. Very few exceptions, if any. Jesus is the one who didn't have better domestic dramas to work on. And even Jesus faced his disciples, he faced difficult decisions to make, difficult situations where he exemplified what to do for you and I. So if we are the ones who are the subordinates in a workplace, meaning we have someone that we respond to, and we have dramas in our lives, perhaps we would be the ones slower to get the report done, to get the work done. And he was saying, if you are the one who were the patient, maybe we would not recognize ourselves being any less intolerant when we were suffering. How many times we see someone suffering and we say, yeah, just get over it, take the medicine, do the thing. Yet when we are the ones who are in that position, how hard it is to follow those instructions, how hard it is to not see the pain as a hindrance or a setback, instead of what it actually is, which is an opportunity to practice discipline, responsibility on the decisions we make, deference to the medicine that God allows you and I have to do, and patience, because everything shall pass. It's an opportunity of growth. And one of the things he says here that are very important, he says, if you notice yourself in the sick position of a person who offended you, you do not know if you would not have hurt someone even more strongly. Now he's saying when we offend others, it's a sick position, the sick position of a person who offends us or we feel offended by. And even if it's on purpose, he's saying when we offend people, we're sick. We're in need of medicine. Therefore, we need to have compassion for those who seek out to hurt others. And we don't know if we were in their shoes. Likely in another life or in this life, we have hurt people as well, even more strongly than we feel hurt. So he's looking here and saying, when you are in this moment where you feel irritated and offended and hurt and you're seeing the faults of others, let us examine ourselves. Where are we today? How are we feeling? What kind of thoughts are going through our minds? What are the quality of those thoughts and feelings? What is the vibrational attunement we have when we display those thoughts and feelings? And yes, we are being asked to stop the addiction to busyness, doing, and actually being a human being, doing less, or doing less things better, because a lot of the times, if we take account of the busyness in our lives, we're creating opportunities for irritation. We might be creating opportunities to exhaust the energies that we could be using in a much better way, right? And he will end this message, Emmanuel will end this message for us with a moment for us to do self-reflection and some tips and tricks, because the good spirits are always wise, concise, direct to the point with kindness. So he diagnosed our problem. He recommended that we analyze one another, and he always will bring us practical ways to do that. So he ends this message by saying, quote, let us analyze ourselves through these laws of introspection, and we will recognize ourselves immensely distant from the condition of angels. This will teach us that the companions with whom we live will not always be able to present, for the time being, qualities that we do not have yet, and a deeper reasoning that will make us feel the need for calm and tolerance towards each other in all the disturbing moments of life. So we are still, unquote, we're yet to achieve the condition of a pure spirit. Therefore, let's recognize all of human beings as imperfect, yet perfectible, slowly but surely moving towards a moment where we are growing together through love and service. So the invitation today, dear friends, is for you and I to feel this love from the Creator, allowing us to be of service to one another, to deeply achieve the calmness that our heart seek. Thank you so very much for the blessings of being here today. I broadcast on Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the book Calmness by the Spirit Emmanuel. I am from the Spirit Society of Richmond, where we translated and revised these teachings, and we are also live many other times, Tuesday mornings, 8 a.m. with the book Right Path, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. with the Spiritist Magazine program. Here at Kardec Radio, in collaboration, we are better together than separate, remember? I hope that this message has brought you some practical tips on how to go about helping and understanding one another. And with the blessings of God, I will see you another time. Until then, take care of yourself and someone else as well. Bye bye.